We on? Can you hear me?
I got you, brother.
It starts in one, two, three. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Dragons fan page with Nick, and we're joined by Bronson Goodwin, former NRL player and incoming New South Wales Cup coach for the Dragons. Thank you for being here with us this evening.
Not a problem, brother. Anytime.
So we're here now, and the first question of the evening is, what is your opinion on the NRL pre-seasons that you've done?
Mate, the NRL pre-seasons I've done, all I can remember is that they're pretty hard. It was a lot of blood, sweat and tears over pre-season. So it's a time to get fit and get bashed up a little bit by the bigger fellas. So, it's always a good time, but because it's always nice and warm. So I didn't really mind a pre-season because I was always pretty fit.
How many NRL clubs have you been involved with, professionally and in reserve grade?
I'm reserve grade, mate. Professionally, I've been with the Sharks, the Raiders, and the Dragons. Growing up, I grew up in Perth, so I was at St George. Well, not at St George, I was just there, South Perth Lion actually. They were my junior club in WA. And then I moved to Sydney, and the three clubs that I just mentioned before were for my clubs until I'd finished.
Yep. So we know the question is about your family. So we know you come from a family of rugby league players.
Yep.
Your dad and brother. So how was it like growing up with your dad in rugby league and your brother and all around your family? How was it like for you?
Mate, it was normal for me. Going up in that family. It's we were a footy family. You don't really notice it, how much of a footy family you are until you get a bit older and realise, okay, I am in a footy family. But growing up as a kid, it was always backyard football. Bryce and I versus our two older brothers, and sometimes my sister would join in. But it was just a normal kid's life for me. I love to just play football and hang around, and play every sport. So that's what I did as a kid. Unfortunately enough, I ended up making a career out of sport to make a living.
So, what do you think of the Dolphins entering in the NRL now?
I think it's great. I think it's well deserved. They need something new, to stop making everything a little bit stale. So I am a big fan of letting new teams back into the competition. I'm a big believer in it, and I think they'll do well. Obviously, people keep carrying on about how they've recruited, but you got to remember they got Wayne Bennett at the helm. So old Sneaky Wayne, he'll have his plan ready to go.
Were you at the Dragons when Wayne was the coach, or?
I was. So, unfortunately, I got in a bit of trouble when I was in Canberra, and Canberra let me go. So I spent a year at Cronulla, and then I sort of was in no man's land, and Wayne gave me a call and asked if I'd like to come back and play football and have another crack at doing what I loved. Wayne was the reason I came back to St George, gave me that second chance, and I've been forever grateful for Wayne. I can't speak of him high enough, mate.
So, what's your favourite moment in NRL for you? Like a try that happened, or just a moment in a game for you? Like not your career, but just in general.
Overall,
yeah.
What would I say? One of the proudest moments for me in football. Mate, I don't know if you know the player, but his name's David Peachey.
Yeah, I know of him.
You know David Peachey? So, growing up as a kid, I idolised David Peachey. Used to love watching him score his try right near the end of the dead ball line. So if you go on YouTube, you probably find it on how he used to score every try. But the proudest moment was actually to be able to train alongside him. Something so small. I looked up with this guy for years, and then he sort of took me under his wing to become a footballer. That's my favourite moment in rugby league.
Yeah. And what's your opinion on the Dragons season they had this year?
No, they did well. Everyone wants to win a grand final. They never won it, and neither did the other 14 teams or whatsoever. They never won a grand final either. So, but what I can tell you that they did win 12 games. So previous
Yeah, we were
years,
good. Yeah,
yeah, so
we were
previous
good.
years that gets you into a get you into the mix of semi-final football. So, they're a bit unlucky. Yeah, they'll build on it, and obviously we'll be stronger this year. Having this year behind us.
Yep. So, how did you get the job with the New South Wales Cup for next year?
How did I get it? I
Well,
paid them
like,
a
how
lot
did
of
it
money.
come about?
No,
Like, how did it come about? It's probably the better
no,
way
what
to
came
put it.
about? So for the past 3 seasons, I've been working with the Jersey Flegg side. So with Willie Talau, he was the head coach there. One day I rang up and asked if they needed some help. And yeah, so then that came from there, and I ended up, began being an assistant coach with Willie this year, running the orange shirt, so the level 2. So I went and did my level 2 trainers course and everything like that. And then I had a meeting late, just after the season finished, and there's a couple of changes happening at the club. And I met with Ben Haran, and we had a coffee, and he mentioned it in just a chat we're having, that it might be good for me to actually have a crack at coaching, and if I'd like to have a coach. And obviously I said, yeah, bloody oath I would. Next thing led to me meeting with Hook, and yeah, we had a good chat there, and then he gave me a call a couple of days later and offered me the job there. So yeah, grateful for that, and yeah, get to apply a coaching skill that I didn't think I had next year.
So, have you like got any great moments or like not moments? So we already asked that question.
You're right.
So, who's your best player you've ever played with?
The best player I've ever played with.
Yeah.
Uh, you make me think here, mate. I play with a lot of great players. I still, I was really good friends and still am with this bloke, Todd Carney. He things on a football field I saw that guy do was pretty amazing. He's had a lot of bad raps in the media, but by God, he could play football. He was a great football player.
So, the other question is, so now you're a coach. What are you thinking? Is it going to be harder than what you think, or do you reckon you'll find it easy?
Nothing's ever easy in life. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of ups and downs. Going into a first year as a coach, as a player, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a lot different than what I expect. But I hold values, and yeah. How do I say it? Yeah, I hold high values. I'm pretty disciplined, and I also like to have fun as well. So, I'll stay to my goals, and I'll be consistent with the team that I coach. And it's their players and their men, so they know right from wrong, and they know what needs to be done. So, if I have a good rapport with the team, hopefully we come out with a lot more wins and losses.
Yeah, I went to quite a few of the New South Wales Cup games last year and the NRL games, so
Yep.
I understand it. So you'll kind of, if I'm right, you'll select one team, and then so many days later you'll have to change it because with Hook you'll have to work with Hook quite a fair bit. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right, mate. It's so yeah, in any professional NRL system, it's first grade picks themselves first, and then we get the players after it. So yeah, so it's they'll have their team chosen, and then yeah, you'll have your New South Wales Cup team chosen after that.
Yep.
And if needs be, we'll be pulling from the Jersey Flegg side, and so on. So yeah.
Yeah. So when's your pre-season start with the New South Wales
Well,
Cup?
so next year, first grade and the New South Wales Cup guys are all together. So they're all full time in the preseason. So there is
Yep.
no part time New South Wales Cup anymore. Um, they actually start next week. Some of them come back next week. I think next Thursday, maybe something like that. A couple of them come back. So yeah, it all starts again next week and the week after. Preseason's back up and running.
So with your dad playing, what's your favourite moments with your dad professionally playing? If you are alive at the majority of your dad's career, or I'm not sure if you were or not, but
No, I was a bit young for Dad. I've seen a lot of videos and a lot of paper clippings. Um, the 77 grand finals comes to mind when he knocks himself out, scoring that try. But I hear a lot more from other people than what I do my dad. He's a very quiet man, my old boy. He's very
Great
humble.
player.
He was a great player, yeah, and that's where I sort of got a lot of my information about how good my dad actually was as a player because he'd never tell us. He was always about us first, and him second. So probably one thing that I've grown up to do is always put other people first before I think of myself. So yeah,
Yeah. So this other segment, we'll just turn this around. So it's your
you're right,
segment
mate.
to ask me questions uh, about footy, and
Yeah,
we'll get back to the other questions. So
yeah.
if
You
you'd
want me
like
to
to
ask you?
ask me anything you know about the
Yeah,
footy, I also play as well. So
yeah. Let me guess, you play for the Stingrays?
yes,
I don't know that. And how'd you go this year?
I this is my first year of football. I actually hadn't played. I only played 2 games
Yeah.
this year, so only at the back end. So I
How'd you
started
find it?
training harder than I thought,
Yeah.
but I
What
really
what what
enjoyed
age
it.
group? What age group? If you don't mind me asking.
I played with the 16s and I trained with the 15s.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. Lucky. And how'd you go?
We went decent in some parts, and I helped
Yeah.
out with some games, and so I find it really enjoyable. Um,
Yeah.
Trying to get some coaching with it now.
Oh,
Outside of the Stingrays, we're trying to find some of the rugby league coaches to get a bit of help. So
yeah. Okay. So you're having fun. That's the most important thing. If you're having fun while you're playing your footy,
yeah,
because I think
most definitely.
yeah, because that's a big thing. If you lose the fun in playing footy, you know, there's no use playing. All the money in the world you can give someone, but if you're not happy and you're not playing for the right reasons, yeah, it's just not worth it. Yeah, you got to enjoy what you do. So it sounds like you actually
Yeah,
enjoy your football,
yeah,
and
both
you
NRL
support
and
and
yeah,
you
I'm a
support Canberra. I see.
no Dragons.
Yeah.
I'm a massive Dragons supporter. So
Yeah. Oh, that's good. So you come to
yeah.
trainings and stuff like that?
What I didn't hear what you said.
Do you can come to trainings? Do you ever go into Win and watch them train or anything like that?
We've gone to we have the members' days, but
Oh, you got the members'
I haven't
days you head in there?
I haven't watched them train, but I've been to the members' days. Yeah,
Yeah, okay, nice. There you go. No worries. And what else you doing? You at school still?
yeah. So
What school
uh,
do you go to? Rilla?
I'm Bomaderry. So
Oh,
I'm from down the coast. So
nice place down that way. I
so
actually,
we'll get,
yeah, go on, you're right.
no, you go on. You go on. So I just tried
I
to
was going to
mention.
say my brother Bryson and I used to have a caravan down at Lake Conjola. So I
Yeah,
know that area well.
yeah. So I'm from Shoalhaven Heads, actually, originally from Sydney, but
Yep.
been
There's a
down here
nice
for a
place down
while.
there.
So
My
uh,
wife and I always head down to the Shoalhaven Heads. We take our dog walking down there, actually.
yeah, you might bump
So,
me there sometime, maybe.
yeah, but you do. I'll say hello.
Yeah. So we'll get back to the questions if you don't
Yeah,
mind, because there's not that many to go.
yeah, not a
So
problem.
what's your favourite fast food restaurant to go to?
What's my favourite? I like KFC. I like KFC. It's bad. People say it's bad for you, but I like to eat it, but then I feel a little bit sick afterwards. I'm not sure if that happens to you, but that's what I
Yeah.
like, KFC.
So who's your favourite NRL signing for 2023?
Who's my favourite? Or I think it's not about my favourite. I think it's about what we hold at the club. So you got all those young guys coming into a second year of first grade. So the Tyrell Sloans, the Bud Sullivans, they're all coming into a full preseason after their first ever preseason.
Yeah.
So you'll see a lot of those kids really kick into gear this year. Yeah, they know what first grade's about, and they know what they need to do to achieve to play first grade. So a year under their belt's going to do them amazing, and with them firing, the club's probably going to look a lot different than it
Yeah.
did this year.
So we just got the comments in. So I have some. We've got currently it says we've got 8 viewers. So
Yeah, yeah,
thanks everybody for coming in. So one of the questions we've got is, would you consider coming back if you were offered 3 million?
I'd do, yeah, 3 million. Bloody oath I would. Nah, I don't know if my body could hold up. It's been battered over the last 15 years of playing footy professionally. I did get a lot of really bad injuries, but yeah, $3 million I could take a season, I reckon.
So, who's your favourite Dragons player in the NRL team current, in your opinion, your favourite now?
My personal favourite.
Yeah.
Who would I say my personal favourite is, mate? I get on really well with young Sloan and Bud Sullivan. I love the kids, and I'm a big supporter of them. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I really like those two kids. So, you know, anything I can do to teach or guide them in the right direction, as with everyone, that's in life as well. Really, really happy for those two boys to be staying at the club. I think they made the right decision.
They definitely have. So,
Mm.
so with the New South Wales Cup, so with working with Hook, do you think that you'll have a successful season like now? Like, because we know that last year and that they're all gone and it's a new era. So, what do you think of now, in your
Okay.
opinion?
As in for my team, the New South Wales Cup side,
Yeah,
or Dragons in general for the club.
like just with your New South Wales Cup side.
Yeah, no, I'm not planning to lose. I
No,
I like to win. I'm very competitive, and I'll do
yeah,
everything I can. I'll be prepared as much as I can to give our team the best opportunity to win the game. But yeah, I'm hoping we do really well.
yeah. So we've got 8 questions left, but I'll just take a break we've just got to make an announcement. Just bear with me
Yeah.
just 1 second. So, to everybody who's watching, my first album will be out on the 10th of December. So just keep an eye out for that. So
There you go.
I'm a musician and I release music, and I'm a singer and
Oh,
that. So,
that's awesome. Good on you. I'll make sure I keep
so
an eye out for it.
this one of my songs is on my Instagram page, I think already. So,
Yeah, okay. I'll have a look. Good work.
so the other question we've got for you is, what do you think of the Super League in your opinion?
The super, it's different. It's different. And it holds its place. Yeah, we all love rugby league, and we have rugby league at our doorstep. Week in, week out during the season. So we get to go and support our team, the Dragons.
Yeah,
And it's just the same over there. They're diehards as well. My younger brother Bryson played at Warrington, and I was lucky enough to go over there and watch a couple of games in England. And the atmosphere over there was unbelievable. For them over there, it's like a way of life for them. So yeah, they deserve their team over there as well. So,
yeah,
you know, rugby league, it doesn't matter where it is in the world. You're always going to have a supporter. So yeah,
yeah.
I really enjoy that style of football as well.
What's your dream holiday destination?
My dream holiday destination. You want my wife's dream holiday? Nah, would love to go to Italy. Um, yeah, I went to Miami this year with my family. It was way too hot for me, but yeah, I really love to go to Italy and spend a month or so in Italy and just travel around and live like a local. I'm very easily pleased. I don't ask for too much. I just like it. Make sure we have some good food, and
Yeah.
I'm right.
So the other questions we've got is, what's your best advice for someone starting out playing? So this could kind of relate to me, I suppose, as well.
Yeah,
So
I think I touched on it before. It's for fun. You got
yeah,
to have fun playing footy. I say to people all the time, not everyone has to be a professional football player to be good. As long as you're having fun,
yeah,
and that's all that matters. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's a game. It's a team game. It's there to make friends and hang out with your mates. Like I think a lot of people take it too serious,
yeah,
and that's when it gets too competitive. But starting out, I started out because I love to play the game. I love to play football with my friends and with my brothers. Um, And I still held that to the day I finished. That's why I played football. It wasn't for the money. It wasn't for the notoriety. It's for fun. Yeah, and I think as soon as you start losing fun in anything in your life, or stop enjoying stuff you do, you get down in the dumps. So you got to make sure you enjoy it and have fun.
Yeah. So, like, as I think I was saying, because me and my dad are just trying to find someone like a rugby league, coaches. You know how they have those programs, and so
Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to do. Because I'm really kind of not really know much of the schools, so
yeah,
we're trying to
yeah,
look at that type of stuff. So,
yeah. Okay, maybe jump on Play NRL, playnrl.com, I think it is. They have a fair few skills and stuff in there online. So if you can't reach out to someone to give you some stuff like that, the actual NRL have a website where you can actually watch all that sort of stuff, and it gives you ideas on what skills you can have and what skills you can
yeah,
practice. And there's lots of them in there, and it's
yeah,
really worth your while taking a look.
yeah. So, as well, so the other question we've got is, what's your favourite position to play?
My favourite position. I used to love fullback. Yeah, I used to because I like running and I liked being able to pop up wherever I felt like popping up. And I was like being fit. I was a fit type of person, so yeah, I really liked it. I really enjoyed fullback.
Have you? What do you think of the World Cup? How, in your opinion, now? How's it going in
What,
your opinion?
sorry, mate. The World Cup.
Yeah,
No, no, I go for New Zealand, so hopefully they win.
yeah. I go
But
for
no, it's
Australia.
great.
Yeah. I go
You
for
see,
Australia and Wales. So
Australian Wales, yeah. I
yeah,
you know, it's the same thing. People go out there and they put on that or black and white or green and gold or red and white or
yeah,
representing their country. You can see the pride in every time they do it. So it gives me goosebumps watching them. So because you're playing for your country.
yeah.
And I really think it's a great initiative. So yeah, I don't have a bad word to say about it.
Have you ever played alongside your brother in the NRL? Or
Not in the NRL. No, no. I've played against him a couple of times. Um, but yeah, we grew up playing together. But I think the last game Bryson and I played in any professional level was we played for Cronulla in the Jersey Flegg Grand Final, where I think it was 2004. Jamie Soward kicked a field goal and beat us. So Jamie and I have a bit of history over there. But yeah, no, that's the only time Bryson and I have ever played together.
Yep. So one of the other questions we got from one of the subscribers is, what did it feel like making your NRL debut?
Yeah, that was pretty emotional actually. I'd been playing well for a year beforehand, but unfortunately, due to salary cap, I wasn't allowed to. They couldn't put me into play down in Canberra. So, I did a pre-season, and then I think it was the second game in after Clinton Schifosky left. The boys got beaten round one, and I was just went to training as per usual, as you do. Went home, and I got this call from my coach was Neil Henry at the time. So Neil gave me a call and sort of let me know. He said, "Mate, we've chosen you to play on the wing this week against the Rabbits." Um, so I got pretty emotional. Um, Biggest probably emotional thing was to ring mum and dad. I got really emotional there. Just letting them know, that all that hard work that they put into me, it paid off. So that was really special to me to hear, to hear their voices crack as much as mine. But running out, that whole week was a bit of a blur. I didn't sleep much, but I had a lot of energy because I was so excited. And then just running out the tunnel onto, I think I played it out at Homebush against South Sydney. Just running out to a crowd, a first grade crowd was unbelievable. I nearly lost the game for us. I jumped on the ball and it flung out the back, and they picked it up. And luckily enough, David Peachy, who my idol was, knocked it on. Otherwise, they would have scored and beat us that game. But I was lucky enough to get a win in my first game. But it was, yeah, pretty special.
And the actual last question of the stream is, so now you're coaching. do you see a difference in watching the game and now coaching? Like I know, like since you started with the Jersey
Yep.
flag, what's the biggest thing for you that's changed? Like watching it to now coaching it.
Not much has changed for me. I always looked at it as a bit of an analytical sort of view towards football. I could always see things and want things to do, and then being able to bring that into a coaching standard. The boys sort of already did it anyway. I found it was not more coaching at this level that we're at. It's not more about coaching. It's all about your fundamentals. So all these guys can do these things. It's about your man management with them. Making them happy, making them feel welcome, and just all that sort of stuff is a big thing in football. Where back in the day it wasn't for me. That was probably the biggest change. As a coach for me is I treat these guys as young men and really respect them because I'm their coach. They look up to me. I don't want to be that person to stand over the top and wave the wand and direct them. You must do this, you must do that. And I'm a big believer of letting them play football and be themselves. You can guide them in a way, but they need to respect you first.
Yeah.
They need to really respect you and buy in and believe in the things that you're doing for them. That's where I found a coach is where I've sort of headed. And in life, that's sort of where I headed as well. It's it wasn't all about Bronx, the footballer. It's about helping other people now. So that's why I really enjoy coaching because I like to help people where I can. And I help anyone, not just the people at the top. I can help. That's what I do. So that's why, and that's me.
So we do. So this thing ends in a couple of minutes, but we've actually done it quicker. So if we
Yeah.
just, I don't know what. So what would your advice for me be personally? Like just played like 2 games and not really know the basic skills. What would you like recommend for me?
What do I recommend for you? Do you play Oztag or do you play touch or stuff like
No,
that?
no.
Or maybe jump in something like that. Find another sport. You learn a lot of skill through those sports. So, do something like that. Go down the park, take a footy, take your mates down there, just kick the ball around. That's where a lot of skills are learnt, mate. You can teach them at training, you can practice them like that, but a lot of kicking, catching, and all that sort of skills built by hanging out with your mates with a footy in your hand all day, every day. That's where it's joined. Yeah, it's not just doing it at training; it's doing it outside of football. It's doing it at home, kicking a ball up against the wall, so stuff like that.
And because I've just got time for one more. So do you know if there'll be any of the open training sessions like for the New South Wales Cup? Because you
Mate,
feel like they did last year, like not like to get involved, but just to sit and watch it.
if it was me, I'm pretty sure you can come and watch any training session. You just need to ring the club, and the club will fill you in. And mate, I don't see why not. I'm not sure if I'm talking out of school, but definitely with my guys, I'm more than happy for you to come down and watch your training session. So yeah, it's it's only training. I think there's nothing to hide. It's you know, if you want to learn and you want to do that, if you're happy to sit up on the hill and watch them train, it's not a problem at all.
Yep.
Tell you what, as a kid,
Okay.
I used to do it.
So I suppose that mainly would be at Wing Stadium, wouldn't it?
But we're
Mainly.
always at Wins. Yep, yeah, we're always at Win Stadium. That's where we're based out of. So,
Yeah.
they're usually training there Monday to Friday. Sometimes on a Saturday at the university in the earlier months of training. We run out of Wollongong Uni. We use the facilities in there to run. But yeah, mate, you just touch base with the club and they'll point you in the direction of where we're training.
Yeah, okay, I'll do that then because I wouldn't mind that because they said with the NRL you're not allowed to
No.
watch it. So,
Yeah,
so,
okay.
so if
No
I could,
worries.
I wouldn't mind. I think it would be good to watch it. So,
Yeah, not a problem. You get to as
right,
many
so
games as you can.
yeah, I'll be quite as many New South Wales Cup ones as I can in NRL. So,
Yeah, no, you do what you got to do, brother.
yeah, it's better than my uncle. He's an Eel supporter. So,
Poor guy.
uh, so we've got just time for one more before this
Yeah.
will end. So, what's your favourite song ever?
Favorite song, geez. Mate, I don't have a favorite song, but I do like country music. You wouldn't believe that. I'm a big country fan. Yeah, soothes the soul, they say. Oh yeah, I really enjoy country music. So a
Yeah.
lot of people don't know that. That's the first question someone's ever asked me about that.
All right. So the show is done. I'd like to thank you very much for coming on
Yeah,
tonight and having fun with us and answering the questions. And I just want to thank you very much. And I'll ask the club about that. But yeah, thank you
yeah,
very much for
not a
coming
problem
on.
at all,
And
mate. Anytime at
we'll,
all. So yeah, all good.
we'll get
Thanks
you.
very
We'll get
much.
you on it. We'll get you on it some other time down the track as well. So
Not a problem. Just drop me a line, man. I'm happy to always jump in and help out where I can.
all right. Thanks, Bronson.
See you
And
later.
see ya.
See you later.
I think. Thank you, everybody, for coming on and watching with Bronson Goodwin, and hope you have a good evening.